Welcome to the game plan.
I want to show you a couple of examples. There's only 3 defenders marking almost half the field. Adam Reynolds turned in, Campbell Graham turned out, Ryan Pappenhausen with his ball playing ability.
Pappenhausen, a beautiful ball.
There's a couple of things I want you to have a look at. But you see that there? Let's bang down the front door first.
League lovers, hello and welcome to the game plan where we analyse the greatest game of all each and every week. You can't find it anywhere else. I'm Zach Bailey, joined by Anthony Seibold. Siebes, 5 weeks into the 2021 season and the Panthers are the only unbeaten team in the competition.
Very impressive both sides of the football to start the season. I think Penrith Panthers coaching staff and performance staff take a bow, very athletic, and it's really showing in the games.
So the Panthers are our focus on the game plan this week, especially how they got the wood over the Raiders last week in round 5, and it all started with a good, strong kicking game early on.
It did. One of the trends that we've noticed with the Panthers this year is they want to kick on early tackles. Coming out of yardies, they'll kick on tackle 3 and tackle 4, and when they're attacking the opposition try line, they'll kick on tackle 1, tackle 2, tackle 3. And what they're trying to do is put opposition teams under pressure with field position. And they started that way against the Raiders last Friday night. As we go through the clips, Nathan Cleary kicks twice on tackle 4 and Jerome Luai kicks once on tackle 3. And they were trying to play field position and build pressure on the Raiders by making them come out of the backfield.
It helps when you've got a number 7 and a number 6 that can put the ball anywhere they like, basically in the backfield.
Yeah, definitely. Very good with their kick execution. One of the things they like to kick early out of yardage for is because it isolates the fullback. So there's no wingers to help protect the fullback. So often it finds the grass, as you can see in those clips there.
Now, the Panthers started on the back foot in this match. They conceded the opening try and they weren't too good with the ball in hand early in the 20 minutes.
Yeah, they're actually really clunky. The first 23 minutes they came up with 6 errors, which is very unusual so far in 2021 for the Panthers. But they did fight their way out of it, and I think it was off the back of their kicking game early in that first 20 minutes.
Okay, and the turning point after that first 20 minutes was when Charles Nickel-Klukstar, the Raiders fullback, went off injured, and the Panthers immediately tried to exploit a reshuffled Raiders edge.
Yeah, they certainly did, and what you'll see here is that Jordan Rapana went from left wing to fullback, which is an unfamiliar position for him, and what it did was it also caused a reshuffle out on his edge. So traditionally, that's where Jordan Rapana defends, and that's Jared Croker in this situation as a winger. There's Elliott Whitehead defending as a 2-in defender. Now, traditionally, he defends as a 4-in defender. So both those guys were out of position. And as you said, the Panthers really put them under the pressure with their attack. And one of the things I want to point out is where there's a lead runner running inside Elliott Whitehead. So earlier in the season, we spoke about the trend in 2021 of teams running attacking shape with leads inside the 2-in defenders. And the Panthers did this early against the Raiders on Friday night.
How hard would this be to adapt to as a defensive unit? Croker out onto the wing, Rapana at fullback, Elliott Whitehead to the centre.
Yeah, they're in unfamiliar positions, okay? So it's really important they talk. As you can see here, you can see that's Elliott Whitehead getting caught up on that lead. And what it does, it allows for Crichton and Charlie Staines to have a 2v1 situation against Jared Croker.
Okay, and that's what every team wants to get to on that edge. Now, surprisingly, or interestingly, we see Stephen Crichton playing fullback on the right edge when he normally loves the left edge. Now, as we mentioned, Rapana goes to fullback, and the Panthers did their best to try and move him around early on. Yeah,
they did. And as you can see, that there's so much grass there, you know, in this area of the field, in that area of the field, and Jordan Rapana, new to that particular position, has a lot of grass to cover, and a lot of territory to cover. Now, the Panthers kicking game actually caught him out a few times. He tried his best, there's no doubt about that, but there's a 6-again tackle there from the Panthers. This kick here is actually on tackle 1 for Stephen Crichton from Nathan Cleary. Again, they pick up a 6 again. And what it does, it actually puts fatigue into the Canberra Raiders. So there's an extra 12 tackles there just by those 2 kicks, executed very effectively, that the Raiders then have to suffer the consequences of defending their own try line.
So the Panthers halves playing with plenty of confidence at the moment. Nathan Cleary, Jerome Luai, and their combination is arguably the best in the game at the moment.
Yeah, it certainly is. I love seeing them play together. And as we play these 3 players, it's a little bit of a sequence here. You'll see Jerome Luai go from the left out to the right to play with Nathan Cleary. I love seeing halves play together. Now, they're trying to attack that edge again of Elliott Whitehead and Jared Croker out of position. So they put some pressure on the Raiders' defence. Nathan Cleary sees that some Raiders defenders come off the line sideways. And what I like about this is they've really disrupted the Raiders' defensive line. So all these players here, and you can see there's a huge amount of Raiders players in the picture there, they're all out of shape, which means that even on their right edge defensively, they're out of shape. And Jerome Luai, again, off the back of Yo, who's a very effective ball player, plays a great ball to Matt Burton, who's got great feet, and they score in the corner, so they put pressure on the Raiders' left-hand edge defence and come all the way back across on a couple of plays later and executed the try well.
And a great underrated play there from Nathan Cleary. You don't normally want your halfback that late in a set to be tackled with the ball, but he's gone in, the Raiders' defence is scrambling, and a fast play of the ball allowed them to get the jump on the Raiders' edge defence and Burton to score.
Yeah, eyes up football. He saw some of the Raiders players come off the line sideways, so he went back and inside shoulders, created quick momentum, and Jerome Luai and Matt Burton did the rest.
Okay, so Ricky Stewart's Raiders, they thought to themselves, okay, we're getting exploited on this left edge, and they tried to change the personnel in terms of where they were facing up.
Yeah, they did, and this happened a few times. So this time again, if I have a look, there's Jared Croker back in the centres, and now Elliott Whitehead is actually defending as a 3-in defender, which again is an unfamiliar position for him. So who they put on the edge this time, it's actually Jack Whiten, who normally defends as a 3-in defender. So he normally defends in that position there. So they put Jack Whiten out on the wing. The Panthers kept attacking them, and they did exactly the same shape effectively. They tried to run a lead inside the 2-in defender. This time they play the lob pass. Jack Whiten's good enough defensively to get across there. But again, Charlie Staines, it was tackle 4, put the ball to boot and put Rapiner in the corner. Again, another set of 6 for the Penrith Panthers attacking the Raiders try line.
Okay, we spoke earlier about the Panthers halves and their confidence, and there's probably no more confident player in the game than Jerome Luai at the moment.
Yeah, he's an outstanding player, and his development, I really believe, over the last 24 months to 36 months has been outstanding. Obviously, they played a lot together as juniors, so they came through playing in under 16s, under 18s, and so on, playing together. So they've had a lot of games. They've built a great connection over, I suppose, the last 4 or 5 years now.
Okay, and early on, tackle 1 again, attacking the Raiders line. If you're Ivan Cleary and you see this shape here, what do you want to see happen, and then what actually happened?
Well, I'll point out Jordan Rapiner again for the Raiders first of all. He's actually plugging in the line on tackle 1 as a fullback on the short side for the Raiders. So you'll see all this space out here. There's a lot of space out here. Like I said, there's Jordan Rapiner defending as a fullback in the line, and this is tackle 1. So Jerome Luai, outstanding eyes up football. You can see Rapiner there. He's a long way behind the football. All right, so all this space in here is what Jerome Luai is seeing. Tackle 1, a little bit of shape, left foot kick, great competing there by Jerome Luai, and scores a try or the kick on tackle 1, which not many teams are willing to do.
If you're Ivan Cleary, though, up in the coach's box and that play doesn't come off, are you filthy?
Not at all. I think you need to back your 7 and your 6 and your 1 and your 9. Those key playmakers, if they see something, you want them to take it, of course. And they've got great ability. They've got great athleticism, the Penrith Panthers, and they executed it really effectively last Friday night.
Okay, so the Panthers were relentless in the first half, and they didn't let up in trying to exploit Rapiner again in the second half.
Yeah, so what they did was, again, kicked on tackle 4 here. What they're trying to do is kick out, putting Jordan Rapiner in a corner there. They can compress their defence and go and batch them up. Again, tackle 4 out of yardage. And what they're trying to do is put Rapiner in the unfamiliar position of the right wing. He normally is on the left wing. And again, putting the kick in behind Rapiner. That time he gets on the full, but there was so much free space out here because they kicked on early tackles. He was back there isolated by himself. And again, really efficient kick chase line by the Panthers. And they really put pressure on Rapiner with their kicking game last Friday night.
One thing we've noticed about the Panthers early on in this year is how fast they've been playing. They always, do you feel that as well? The opposition's always trying to catch up with them. They're always a step ahead or a yard ahead of the other team. Yeah,
like I said, I think the performance staff can take a bow, but I also think the academy at the Panthers can take a bow because they've developed these players over a long period of time. Very athletic, and it's showing with their speed of how they want to play their football.
And the Raiders seemed like they were just scrambling to hold on in the back end of that second half.
Yeah, and they were. And one of the things I liked about the Panthers, they didn't go away from where they perceived to be a weakness in the Raiders side, and that obviously is attacking the Raiders' left edge. And you'll see there's Elliott Whitehead again and Jared Croker on the wing. Momorowski has a bit of a look, comes back through the middle of the park, and like all good halfbacks, Nathan Cleary pushing in support. Very unlucky, but which way do they go again? They go back to the Panthers' right edge, the Raiders' left edge, out of position Whitehead, out of position Jared Croker, and fantastic finishing skills by Charlie Staines, who's made a significant impact in the first 5 rounds.
And as you just said then, it was Croker back to the wing, Whitehead back to the centres. So the Raiders, again, changing their defensive unit on the run.
Yeah, it was disrupted, obviously, on Friday night with the injury to the fullback. But again, Penrith didn't go away. They were able to change their tactics and their strategy on the run on Friday night. And I love that agility to be able to do that. Normally they like to go to their left edge and really give kick out some early football or football at the line, but they went away from that because they knew that that's where they needed to attack. And that tells me that they're a team first team at the moment. You know, it doesn't matter who gets the glory. They make sure that they play as a team, and they took advantage of that last Friday night.
The Panthers aren't conceding many tries. They're scoring plenty. How do you stop them?
Well, it's a real challenge at the moment. The biggest thing is playing field position. You've got to be willing to kick on early tackles as well coming out of yardage, I think, because Panthers just try and play you off your try line like they did against the Raiders, and then they wait for errors to come. They wait for someone to try and force an offload. They wait for someone to shank a kick. They wait for someone to, not do their job in offence. They get the ball in good field position, and then they're willing to kick on early tackles close to the line. So they're a really well-drilled unit, but very athletic, very fast, as you suggest.
Siebes, as always, thanks for your analysis. Big test for the Brisbane Broncos in round 6 as they take on the purring Penrith Panthers.